What's up? What's up? What's up? Rick Paulton, Ryan Inman. How's it going, brother?
It'll be better in about 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
now.
yeah?
Yes.
James is already backstage, but we'll bring him on in just a second. See, I got my my little koozie from the Bloody
Oh. What you got going on over there?
Oh, you know, the same, the usual, Pepsi.
Yeah.
But I seen you're drinking the non-alcoholic beer, right?
Yeah, the Go
Did you
Brew.
see that thing with Tom Holland?
No.
Spider-Man. He not the horror guy, you know.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, but he owns a beer company called Biro, B-E-R-O.
Okay.
And it's a non-alcoholic beer company. And he went to go purchase his beer, and because he had a British ID, they wouldn't let him. They wouldn't accept the ID. And of course, he looks like he's 17, but he's fucking Tom Holland. But because non-alcoholic beer has a minuscule amount of alcohol. So
Most do. Most
yeah.
do. Some don't, and they still card you for the 0.0s. It's weird.
Okay, but yeah, they still had to card him.
Yeah.
So, which I mean, he's fucking Spider-Man. You know, like what the hell?
No, I didn't know he was involved in any of that. I haven't had anything from that company yet.
B-E-R-O. Yeah, check it out. If I see it around, I'll get some. We'll check it out together and see.
I'm really on this Go Brewing out of Chicago though, man. Just
Hey, we got people. Look at that. Adam Marcus didn't take our whole audience. Yeah, JP Cross in the house, Cassandra in the house, Rebecca, what's up? So So tonight, Adam Marcus is in the middle of this giant live thing promoting what I'm sure is going to be an awesome documentary.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Honestly, no, I'm serious.
I would have delayed the show if I knew that he was doing this, though. I wish I would have.
I rag on that movie like nobody else, and I know a lot of people do, but I probably do more than most.
Yeah.
I actually really want to see the doc.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, too. I mean, you don't got to like the movie to enjoy a documentary about a movie.
Of course not.
And you got to think with, what's that movie with, it's not really a documentary, but it's the Disaster or something or other.
Disaster Artist with James Franco.
Based on this horrible movie that everybody hated.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, it might be cool. But nevertheless, so we got James Shaver, who sent that Jason Goes to Hell. Speaking of Jason Goes to Hell, the head for Ricky, he's down here in the waiting room. I'm going to just go ahead and bring him on real quick since he's here. He's in his studio, and we're going to do our little interview with him, and let's see if hey, James, can you hear us?
What's up? I got shit falling all over here.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine, man. I just want to make sure you can hear us and everything.
Yeah, you mentioned that Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
Head, the one that I did for Ricky.
Yeah.
Well, Adam has the first original one I did in the documentary that he was talking about. So,
absolutely.
And this one I'm trying to finish up to send to him Monday.
Okay.
That's the new one. This is the what I call the rebirth Jason.
Okay.
Because it's got the damage and scar to the side of the eye, but when he got blown up.
Mm-hmm.
But the head that I make for Adam and Ricky, Ricky got the actual first rebirth Jason head.
Okay.
Adam got the original blown up head from the sequence where they blew him up.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I've been trying to work on I'm doing this scuba tank. It's a jar scuba tank for a customer.
Okay.
I make these out of fiberglass and foam, and I gotta sand this down and polish it up and put the stickers on it and send it out. But that's why I said I come in here because I was in the middle of that podcast with you guys and go, oh shit, it's almost 7 o'clock. I got to jump out, grab a bite to eat real quick, and then go out in the shop, turn the lights on, try to warm up, get everything on.
Right. So you're down in North Carolina, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I live in Lexington. We've got a convention this weekend, in fact, Mad Monster Party.
Mad Monster.
And I'm going to be going Saturday. I'm actually going as Uber, not Uber, but let me put this camera over here. You see this guy right here, Vengeance
Oh, yeah,
Jason,
man.
part of my cosplay right here. So this is the silicone version from the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty
And
fun.
this is the actual mask that they made for the movie. They made 3 of them. They made 4 now because I've got this one. Jason Brooks had one, and then the stunt guy Don. I can't remember his last name. He's got one. So there's like 3 or I think 4 out there. They custom designed that, and made that for the movie, and I thought I was such a big fan, I had to have one.
Yeah, right on.
So, but yeah, y'all fire away with whatever questions you got.
Yeah,
Anyhow.
right on. So when did you how did you get involved in making all this awesome stuff, man? Like, what was
Oh,
your
God.
inspiration for that?
Well, I started out in hobby taxidermy years and years and years ago when I was in Oregon. And I give you an idea of what that's like. You know, just doing small squirrels, stuff like that, rabbits and stuff like that, and then worked up to making things like the bear forms. And I don't have a cocaine bear readily available, but I'll just show you guys some of the things here. This is a Asquatch, what I call a Wyoming werewolf or an Asquatch. It's basically a deer's butt with eyes and a mouth. So that's just out of my head, smoking too much weed,
Yeah,
thinking
you
about
got
weird
that,
shit.
huh?
This, I don't know if you guys can see him.
Oh yeah, that's
This,
the Cujo, right?
that's Cujo right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Cujo.
I seen the video where you gave one of those to D. Wallace.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the actual one that I did. I've got another one I've got to do. We got the form in on the other side of the shop. I got to pour foam to make another one.
Mm-hmm.
The last one I did was Harry and the Hendersons here.
Oh yeah.
Back here behind me, but I can't pour up foam in the cold because it will absorb the moisture and
Oh, yeah,
shrink.
we don't want that.
The dude that played Harry in that movie was the Predator in the first Predator.
Yeah. You're talking about what's his
name?
name? Kevin.
Yeah, it's Kevin something.
Yeah.
He passed
7
away,
foot
though.
tall dude. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did one for CJ Graham. And his wife Ruby saw me doing one, making one, and she said, "Oh, CJ would love one of those." And I'm like, "Okay." So I did one for CJ. He got it up in his office and out there in Montana.
Yeah,
And it's like a whole
I
video.
seen that video as well when you gifted that to CJ.
Did you see the one? It was last year actually at the convention where I was in the line.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
what I
And then when I did that, because there's also that was the one where I've known CJ for a couple of years before that, but
yeah, I can tell you knew him personally because you were giving him a little bit of shit.
Oh yeah, well it's not that I was giving
most
shit.
people wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah, Kane Hodder was the same way.
Yeah, but Kane
whenever I
Hodder's
walk up, he'll point me out and go, "Watch out for this guy." And I'm like, "Why? You're the one that gives the best BJs at the glory holes, not me."
Yeah.
And just banter back and forth, and I'm not the only person I think that can embarrass Kane Hodder.
I got him pretty good the last time we saw him.
No filter, just throw it right out there in public, and
yeah, Kane's like that. Kane likes that kind of interaction.
I got him pretty good the
last
time.
God, CJ's a wonderful guy. I mean, it's like
CJ yet. We haven't met CJ yet. That's his favorite Jason. That's really? Ryan's favorite Jason.
If you get a chance, trust me, it'll be an experience you'll remember.
Right on.
Oh, I've heard nothing but positive things.
Nothing but positive things about him.
No.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I go to these conventions like 2-3 times a year here in the States, so I get to meet almost everybody.
Yeah. Speaking of
I got this.
I seen you in the movie we just did the Once and Future Smash.
Oh yeah.
You had a little that was cool.
Saturday, I've been in 3 of James Osama's movies,
Mhm.
and he does those at the conventions. And Saturday, I'm going to be in the 4th one. I don't know what it is, but I told him, I said, dude, I'm now in the.
Ah, he's frozen. We'll give him a second to unfreeze.
While he's frozen, I'll say it makes sense that he has a tank down there like that because he's working on. But some of our other guests, man,
What was that?
something a little wacky in those tanks.
Yeah, he does a lot of Jaws props. You can
We're
see
actually
him
supposed to
behind him
have.
there.
Huh?
There.
No, you froze for a second, James, and then
Okay.
so he was talking
Yeah.
about the tank that you were working on, and then I was like, "Yeah, you do a lot of Jaws props." And you see Bruce.
Oh yeah, that's why
behind
that scuba tank. That's the Hooper scuba tank from this right here. I was supposed to take this and get this signed by Richard Dreyfuss last summer, and
Right
he canceled on the convention. So I was like,
Big
"Fuck."
name.
Oh yeah, huge. That's probably one of the biggest ones. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
now I
He
did
doesn't
not
really
make
do
this.
content.
This is just something I own.
Yeah, I think he'll do some. I think he'll start doing some because it's the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, the guy that does this, Mike Schultz, Mike V. Schultz, he's the one that runs a place called Shark City Ozark up by Asheville.
Mhm.
And I help him out with some of the smaller stuff. Let me move this camera here. I will go over the other side. Oops, sorry about that. Well, I finally got.
Ah, he's frozen again. In damn North Carolina internet.
I love Jaws though, man. Just
Oh yeah, it's so good.
the first kill in that movie is one of the greatest
Jaws,
kills
man.
ever. Kills ever.
These
In there.
little things like
Yeah, definitely. We've talked about it on the show a few times. Like Jaws is a slasher.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word. I mean, it's just
yeah.
you know.
These are the little resin Jaws barrels that I have a shark in the house that's like almost 3 feet long.
Okay.
And I made the bells for it to put on the back with wire and then wrap the wire with rope
Mm-hmm.
to make it look like they're floating. And so these are like 3 barrels. There's the one that's discolored because I mixed up the resin just a batch, but put these in there and just they kind of float in sequence along the back of the shark. So they look like they're suspended and trailing behind it.
Fuck yeah, man.
Those are the little things I do.
You
And
look
then
like
I
you
got
got about 9,000 projects going on at one
Oh,
span.
goddamn.
Yeah.
This right here is just a back wall of stuff that's done that's got to go out. I've got like all these masks that are done. I got a mold bin gardener here. I got to finish sculpting this. I got to finish sculpting this one. This is shit. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're
Damn
good.
cool. Yeah, I got one that finished sculpting here. Now I can't even see them.
So you do this. You
There we go.
make the sculpts.
I got them all done, but I can't do it until it's weather warms up for fiberglass.
Yeah.
Then I've got a wolf head here that I've sculpted, and I've got a finished fiberglass in it. 3 of these are going to be on the make a taxidermy thing like a life-size Cerebus.
Oh, hell
You know,
yeah.
the 3-headed dog.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I've got like that and the jaw and all that, and just got
Sandra agrees with us. Jaws is a
started,
slasher.
and then it just freezes up and gets cold, and then you can't do any fiberglassing.
Oh yeah.
So,
Paint, and I live in
but I've got
Cleveland.
this entire wall back here of this shit that I've got. This is stuff that's on the Etsy shop,
Yeah.
and because of this current economic situation, nobody's buying anything, so it just sits back there waiting to go to home.
Right. Do you also do costumes or do you just do the masks?
I do. In fact, I'm glad you said that. Let me move this right here. I've got the 3-piece body parts that I do. I did. Have you seen Crackoon?
Not yet, but we're working on that. I do another podcast with a couple friends called Talking Tapes Collective, and that was one of the movies that we were going to review for that was Crackoon. So, but right now we're doing a monster series, but we're going to get to that for sure. But I've not seen it. He's frozen again. Ah! I guess.
Okay, did you guys the movie Crackoon?
No, we didn't get to see it yet. No.
Really?
No.
Okay, if you watch it, keep a lookout for this piece right here.
Okay.
It's the backbone from the last kill before the end of the movie.
Okay, and you actually made that for the movie, right?
Yeah, I made it for Killer Campout 2, which is the same director, Brad Twigg, and then he reused it in Crackoon. Plus, I also made the little hand puppet, which I'll show you. I've got a complete. I've got a backbone, a back piece, a chest piece, and a pair of knees for that. Plus, I make the arm sleeve for it. But it's basically the Part 7 Jason. And then you can use it for like zombie appliances and that type of thing. It doesn't have to be for the Part 7. So it can be for anything.
I'm interested in getting a Jason Goes to Hell full costume. I have the hood and the hawk, but I need the rest of it.
I'll bring you back over here for a second and show you guys Elvis, which I have to make up for a customer, but I haven't done it yet. Elvis is back here somewhere. Here he is.
It's amazing. He knows where everything is.
This is Elvis. Elvis is
that
a naughty little critter. He likes to get into orange crack. And all I do with these guys is I make a set of teeth and put them in there and just bloody them up. But this is the actual finger puppet that was used in the close-ups in the movie Crackoon. The guy named Alan Carnes made the big animatronic one.
Yeah.
That they used for a lot of the scenes. But this is the little guy. Would be all dirty and blade up. And the difference that you could tell is these little paws right here are black. And they have claws on them. Alan's didn't. Alan's was just like a regular paw type thing. So when you get to the close-up sequences, you can see the difference in which ones get used and which don't. But, you guys really that would be a good movie for you to watch and do a review on.
It's in the works. It's in the works for sure. Tiki says we got to get Ryan to watch it and come on and make a guest appearance on Talking Tapes. Yes, we do another podcast called Talking Tapes Collective with a couple of the guys that are in the comments. And that was going to be first. That was going to be the first movie that we reviewed, but then we ended up doing something else. But we are going to do that one. So
okay,
that'd be really cool. And then now Ryan's got to be involved.
You can't make me.
I'm sure it's great, man. I'm sure it's great.
The two of you can bully but on Sunday all day if you want.
So let's see. You just answered that question. What do you think is like the coolest thing you ever made? Like, that took the most time put into, and just the craziest thing that you were just maybe the most proud of.
That's gonna have to be this one.
Oh wow! Whatever this is.
Henderson.
Okay.
This is a life-size Harry right here.
Wow, that's awesome.
Do you guys see how big this is?
This thing's huge, man.
It's fucking big, yeah.
Yes. And this is just a basic thing that's foam and urethane rubber and foam, and then I put fur on it and everything. I have to hair punch the entire side of the head and all that stuff. It takes probably about 2 or 3 weeks if I spend 2 or 3 hours a day doing it. It'll take a couple of weeks for me to do it.
Wow.
But so this is
that's a good 50, 60-hour job.
That's one of the things I'm probably most proud of making I mean, I do, things like the Jason Goes to Hell and the sculptings and stuff, but aside from Cujo and Harry, I think those are probably my two biggest and most
Right
famous
on.
actually.
You said you used to be involved in taxidermy. You ever like taxidermy up somebody's dead pet for them?
Not the dead pets, but you see this right here.
Yeah,
This
I
is
see
an
'em.
actual California Russian boar that chased me up a cottonwood tree probably about 35 years ago out there in
Oh
California.
wow.
I shot this guy and skinned him out, mounted him, put him on the wall, that type of thing. I've got another one over here. Hang on, let me do the turn around here.
He's interested in
Go
animals.
for right.
Oh, and he's frozen again.
I got a taxidermy subject right here.
That's what made me think of it. I said that's probably something I would want to do.
He's being all lovey tonight. He wants. Oh my God, he's purring in my ear. Hi, buddy. You be good, or we're going to get you
He
stuck.
says his
My
story
wife
from
will
the
not
boar
let
is
me
the
keep
most
this in the
manliest
house.
shit he ever heard.
My wife will not let me keep this in the house. And his ear busted when he fell off the.
So I know this is your wife won't let you keep the deer head in the house. That's actually really
I got to pick it up.
you're breaking up, James.
That's here, all over the place right here, just different ones.
Yeah.
Because not only do I have raccoon skins, which is going to be your life-size raccoon, bear skin, elk hides. I've got two freezers here.
So those are
This
legit
freezer right
animal
here
skins, huh?
and that freezer right there, full of dead animals.
Oh, right on. So
Anything you can think of, between squirrels to skunks to raccoons to possums to porcupine,
You got room for one
deer.
there?
Oh no.
He's being
Well,
unruly.
I actually did sculpt and do I've got a cat in this freezer right here, the big one,
You hear that,
the
Zon? You better be
roadkill
good.
kitty. I sculpted and made a church cat for a
Oh,
client, and I actually had sculpted it and made it and did the whole process. And then, it was like I charged him like a deposit amount and said, if you're serious, I'll take, non-refundable deposit of half, which is like $200. And went to put it down. He put it down. So it took me about a month to do it. I sculpted it, molded it, did all that shit, furred it. Had to get the fur from Denmark, I think. It was Denmark or somewhere over there. Because it was the exact length, thickness, and color of the original church cat from the original Pet Cemetery, the gray British short
yeah.
hair.
So you said you made one of
And
those for somebody, and it was $400.
yeah, I quoted him
Sounds like a
$400
great
because I had
price.
no idea what it was going to be. It
Right.
ended up costing me about $200 more than that.
I was going to say that sounds pretty cheap.
Yeah, the $200 came out of my pocket, but I stuck to it and said, okay, you owe me. When I did it, I did the lives and all that stuff and gave him feedback on everything I was doing. He was like, yeah, I love it and all this stuff. And then when I had it put together and done and said, okay, you owe me $200, he's like, I don't want it. I'm like, okay, fine. Because I figured, he paid me half for it to do it,
keep
build
that
it,
half
do
and
all
then
that stuff.
sell it to
So
somebody
I'm
else.
like, okay, well, if you don't want, I'll just put it up for sale, somebody else to buy it. It sold like within 5 minutes after I put it up.
Absolutely.
And a guy in Australia bought it. So I just charged the guy in Australia what the other guy owed me.
There you go.
And they ended up having to pay $175 out of my pocket to air freight it to him.
Yeah,
And that was it. And it's like, okay, then 12 people are like, oh, we want one. So I've got it on standby over here, ready to be molded and everything. But, nobody's buying anything because of the current state of whatever we're going through.
Rob
Tails
Dow,
are
the
more
award-winning St. John's, Michigan Jason, wants to say what's up to you, James.
I'm sorry.
Rob Dow, the legendary St. John's, Michigan Jason, he says wants to say what's up. I think he might know you from a con or something.
Rob
Dow, he cosplays as Jason. He's a Jason cosplayer.
Yeah.
He's probably friends with you on Facebook or something like that. But say hi real quick.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Rob, if you're interested, like I said, if you want to update your costume, I've got the pieces. You know, we can do it for you if you want to.
You could just message him on his page and talk to him about that. And he's got an Etsy store.
Right. The only thing is, with those, I asked people if they would send me the clothes in their size, like the top and the legs. And it's basically just spandex, a spandex shirt, long sleeve, and then pants. Right. And whatever the size they wear, because I can't, go out and find it anywhere. You can get it from Japan or China, but it's like their size is like 3 sizes smaller than what we have.
Yeah,
it's always different to get stuff from there.
Yeah.
So we were talking before, like the Jason Goes to Hell like outfit. Can you make that? Do you make that? Is it something you do or no?
I'm sorry,
the outfit from Jason Goes to Hell, like the shirt and pants. Is that something you could make?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's like I said. I've got these molds right here.
I got the mask and the hawk already. I just need to get the clothes.
Right. No, these are the latex molds that I made the mask in.
Yeah.
And I've got the body piece molds. Let me move this stuff. I've got a couple. See, this is a body piece mold right here. This one for the knees.
Okay.
That's how I make the knees. And then I've got one for the chest, and I've got one for the back.
All right.
This is the front chest mold right here.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So, you see it's life size.
Oh, yeah.
One size fits just about everybody. And those are all stone molds, so, I'll put them over here. I got the other one outside, the back molds outside, but yeah, I just pour latex up in those, brush them around. Within 2 days, they dry out. Pull them out, paint them up in an hour. I'm the type of guy that if an order comes in and the weather permits, I get on it and knock it out. I mean, it's like 2-3 days, less than a week turnaround time for me on anything.
So is this your main job then, doing this?
Yeah. Well, this is what pays my bills.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So yeah, this is what I do. Being retired, this is what I do kind of full time. So it's either commissions for sculpting or, whatever, cosplay or what have you.
You do take commission work then. So if somebody wanted to get a specific thing done, they could contact you and work it out with you, similar to what you were saying you did with the church thing, right?
Exactly. I would do, like I said, that church was a commission piece.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is and I'm gonna be honest, I did the last big commission I did was with Michael James, One-Eyed Fat Man. James. He sculpted a big, huge, life-size thing dog.
Oh, no!
And he made me to mold that. And I molded it, I casted it, I painted it up. He came down and picked it up and took it to conventions with him because the cast members of the movie were going to be there.
Right.
So, but he sculpted that. All I did was mold it, cast it, and assemble it, and paint it up. And his idea was, he wanted to make replications like I would mold, cast, and assemble and paint replicas for people, but because it's his work, he would charge so much money for it. Mm-hmm. And he was getting like 7 or 8 people lined up to get one, but then they all back out for whatever reason.
Mm.
And I don't know what that is, but it's like right now, since I think probably since like last March or
Yeah.
April, things have just kind of died out in the art world just a little bit where more people are selling their collections now than they are buying new stuff.
Yeah, the economy.
So,
Yeah, the economy really sucks right now.
yeah, it is. And I said about 3, 4 years ago that was going to happen because I could kind of see what was coming down the line. But
Mhm.
it doesn't affect me only because I've got so much shit to do and I've got materials in the house that I have like clay that I can reuse over and over and over and over. So I don't have to worry about going out and buying a lot of materials rather than I can just recycle what I have.
Right on.
Yeah, the cost of
So,
materials certainly has gone up. I know that. I'm a mask maker myself.
yeah.
And
Ryan makes
cost of-
hockey masks for Friday 13th.
Yeah.
the cost to
Well, I
make
haven't done, I don't do
much
hockey mask though so much as I'm not like a hockey mask artist. I started collecting these guys. I've got one from every Jason movie up on the wall here, all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
All the way, there's like 3 through 8 here. And then I've got 9, X, Uber, and the remakes all over here. And these are just like all different artists' hockey masks. Now, the mask I would get from like fellow artists like Jonathan Fuller would send me a blank, or I get the there's a part 6 from that we used to get on eBay, but I got this from Jesse Aaron's. And so, I just get like the blanks and stuff and paint them up. And that's how I've kind of done with these, a few of these up here on the wall in the collection. But I've not done any of the hawks themselves. I don't do hockey mask as an artist. I got everything just falling all over
Yeah,
the place.
Ryan does those. Ryan makes the hockey masks and gets the blank molds and then paints them up and stuff. And he's pretty good.
Brian Lene?
No, Ryan, the guy you're talking to up here.
Oh, Ryan. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
I've got
he made
one
the
from
three that are
just
on my
about
wall
everybody.
right there. Or actually made 2 of those. One of those was not his.
What's that?
No, he said he made those 2 that are on my wall right there.
Yeah.
And he made me a couple real nice ones that are movie mold quality.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got like, I can sell a couple.
Somewhere.
I don't know if Ryan done any of these. I know Tony Jarvis
Yep.
has done a couple. Brian Lene done a couple. Duke Togo's done a couple. And there's a guy from Pretty Disturbing something. I forget his name, but it's pretty. It might be Ryan Truhoff.
No, this
Truhoff?
is that the guy Ryan we're talking about is the guy that's on the chat right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What's your last name, Ryan?
Inman.
Okay. I don't know if you've done any of these.
No,
I'm not a big
Okay.
time.
What is your specialty on so far as like the hops?
Probably part 5. I love doing the
Part
5.
5?
Yeah.
I had one. I sent it off with a customer because that's the only thing I don't have on the wall because it wasn't Jason.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't really count.
So I imagine you're a big Friday the 13th guy then, huh?
Huh?
You're really into Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I am. As a matter of fact, meeting Ken Kurtzinger Saturday. And I got to take my Crystal Lake Memories book and have him sign it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've had just about everybody do it.
What's your favorite Friday the 13th film, James?
I'm going to have to say all of them except for one. I mean, one I like, but it's like,
Which is that?
Part 2 was, I really love Amy Steele in that one. And having met her last year or the year before. So 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 are probably my 5 top favorites. But I like all of them. I mean, even the fan film.
The one that you were like, which one was that?
The original.
Oh,
The
really?
original. Everybody goes on about how the original Friday the 13th and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre are
Yes.
so good. And I'm
Yes,
like,
they are.
okay, wait a minute. What about the remake, the reboot Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Love it.
and the
I absolutely
prequel?
love it.
Those
Love
are
it.
way better than the original.
No.
You
Respectfully,
know, I'm
no.
just sitting there going, it's black and white. The only thing that I like about the original Texas Chainsaw was the fact that Frankie finally got fucking killed.
Yeah, that was good.
Because he was annoying as shit in that
Yep.
wheelchair.
Yeah, Franklin sucked. No, I absolutely love Texas Chainsaw.
Well, yeah, I mean, for its time. Now, you got to remember, that was when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Now, I'm
I
almost
think
58 years old. I'll be
that's one of my
58
favorite
next
films of
week.
all time.
So, you know, that was when I was a kid. So back then, it's like that was epic and groundbreaking for horror films because it had
Yeah.
never been done. But if you take that and you can go, okay, alongside of the reboot, which explored more the origins and stuff, backstory as to
Mhm.
Leatherface, why he was, who he was, all that. I kind of like that meat and potatoes a little bit more than I do just a, you know, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like an origin story is like the reboot Halloween. Rob Zombie's original reboot,
Yeah.
I thought was a little bit better on scale to a slight degree than the original.
I did
Because
it
it had that
first.
meat and
No, I
potatoes
felt the same
background.
way. I felt the same way, and then we just recently redid the whole series. And when I rewatched it, I was like, "What?" I did not like it.
It's like the
I loved
second
it
one though,
first when I
the
first
part
seen it,
two.
but
The
not.
part two I didn't like because they kept putting that fucking horse in the flashback scenes and it made no sense.
I
You
liked
know, things
two
like
a
that.
lot better on the rewatch than I did originally. To be
Right.
honest with you, the one thing that really got me about part two was I didn't have a problem with Michael seeing his mom and the horse.
Yeah.
He's crazy. But when Lori could see him too, I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That doesn't
Yeah. Well, you know,
like,
I
how
didn't
could
like
you
the
possibly
Hobo
know what he
Myers
looks
look
like?
either.
No, I didn't like
That
the look.
fucking just hobo, like he could be a bum off the streets, anybody. It was like there was no definitive look to him as Michael Myers. He was just a bearded bum that was wearing a mask.
And was 7 foot tall and
It's
like
like,
300
what the
pounds.
fuck, man? You know,
He
the
was
original Michael Myers either had a droopy eye or, you know, like Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends, where he's, you know, James G. Courtney
I like
had
James.
all that damage as
Yeah.
Michael Myers from 40 years ago. So
And that was
you knew it was him.
Who did that? He does the podcast with Sean Clark. Chris Nelson. Chris Nelson did the effects for that. Yeah, great look. Great. I love I like the new trilogy.
I like the flash sequence and, like you said, the meat and potatoes and the backstory in Halloween.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I ended up liking
on the
Kills more
on
than
the Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, I think they need to do the ends. And this is going to date me, okay? For the younger guys that are listening to this podcast, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. They need to do the Dallas Dream sequence and get that shit out of the way and redo it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. You can do that.
Yeah.
Dallas. This whole season was a dream. The guy didn't really die. Yeah, I know what you're talking
They
about.
went a whole season with Bobby being shot, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden his wife wakes up, goes out. He's standing in the shower going, "Hey." And it's like, what the fuck? It's a whole year went by, this guy was dead, and then she just wakes up in a dream. And
It's
it
the
made
easiest
total
way to
sense.
restart and just get rid of everything.
Exactly. It made total sense.
Yeah, we can do that.
So,
Sure.
but if they could do that for the movie, I think that would give them a chance to read and leave fucking Jamie Lee Curtis out of it.
Yeah, she's a little.
I'm tired of seeing her.
She's a little too old at this point.
I'm sorry. I just. Ugh.
Well, for me, and Charles Sherrod, who just popped in the comments. I think he agrees with me too that the Halloween movies were more about not necessarily her, but Loomis and Michael.
Yeah, that's what.
Rather than Jamie Lee and Michael.
They found that one guy that played Samuel Loomis for, was that Ends or Kills?
In
Was
the new
in?
one, he was there, but barely. I don't know.
I
If there's
know,
a
but he
guy.
looked just so much like the guy,
Yeah,
like
because they used
Donald
to
Pleasant. I
photography,
thought that
make
was
look like
incredible.
Pleasant. But
Yeah, so I
in the
thought that
other
was
ones,
good.
they had the dude from the dude from you know who it was. Who was the Rob Zombie guy? From
Oh, that was
Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell,
Malcolm McDowell, yeah.
Clockwork Orange. Yeah,
Clockwork Orange. I always
that's
get
another movie goes back to my childhood. I wasn't allowed to see that one though.
So what was the first horror movie you really got into, James?
The actual first movie I ever saw in theaters, believe it or not, was I can't remember which one it was, but it was probably the original Pink Panther movie.
Right on, but
Peter Sellers
as far as horror movies though.
yeah, but horror movie wise had to have been Jaws
Right, that's a
when
good
it
one.
came out. And I was probably, let's see, I was 9 years old when that came out, 1976. I was born in 67, so 76 that came out, or 75 that would have been 8. But that was the first movie that I actually saw horror wise in theater.
Right. Yeah, my earliest memories for horror are like the early Friday the 13th films, Texas Chainsaw. That
Oh yeah, yeah.
I really got into.
I
Nightmare
didn't
on
really
Elm
get
Street.
into that.
Up.
I didn't get into the horror stuff because as a kid, I had kind of like a little bit of an abusive upbringing.
Oh, I
I
can
was
relate.
put in like my parents were kind of, instead of spanking me and whipping me, which they did, I learned how to, say that didn't hurt and stuff like that. So they're like, okay, let's go to the next level. Let's make it psychological. And they would put me in the basement, lock the door with the lights out, all that shit. So I'm like sitting there in the dark for a couple of hours, hearing all these sounds of like skittering and noises and shit, freaking me out. So then you start getting into where you go to bed at night and you have to have a light on.
Yeah.
So, or you start bedwetting because you're scared to get up and go to the bathroom because there might be something under the bed to grab you, that type of thing.
Yeah, I was like that. I was definitely like that. I went through a lot of similar situations, but for some reason, even though that shit scared the shit out of me, I still watched it. I don't know.
That's why there was a movie that they did for TV years ago in the 70s called, it's like 6 S's.
I've
Remember
heard
the
of it.
snakes?
Yep.
That
I haven't
scared
seen it,
me
I've
so
heard of it.
badly. That's what started my bedwetting thing when I was like 5, 6 years old.
Okay.
The thing is, I didn't start getting and embracing the horror aspect until I was like in junior high school, because I was grew up in a group home, and we used to go to the movies every Sunday, and it was a charity thing. So you go see whatever movie you wanted, and so I was like going 48 hours. I mean, I'm like 13 years old going to see 48 hours, another 48 hours. All these R-rated movies. So then I get into like the Return of the Living Dead and all this stuff. And that's where it kind of got, okay, this is something pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, you got to go see Friday the 13th and all that stuff. And nobody said anything because, you're a little privileged group home kid that can go to the movies on Sunday free of charge. So,
just let him see once.
But that was it. And the thing is, one of the people that the counselors there at the home encouraged me to do that, because they said, if you got a fear of the dark, embrace the things that are in the dark, like the vampires and stuff like that, because that will help you get over your fear of what you don't know about. Because if you understand that they're fake and they're up there on the movie screen, they're not going to come off, then you're good.
Right on. Yeah, I can definitely relate to what you're saying, man. I've been through a lot of that same stuff, and definitely help me out too.
It actually reminds me of a
That's why I'm not against parents having little kids that are like 4 and 5 years old running around the convention going, I love Jason. I'll be dressed up and just looking and acting just like it, and they'll come up hug my legs.
Yeah, Jason's like Santa
And
Claus.
it's like, I'm not scaring them. So then I'll, pick them up, hold them, that type of thing. But then there are the kids and people that I can walk up behind and just dead stare at the back of their head until somebody has them turn around, and then it scares the shit out of them. They go running off. You know.
Reminds me of old
But I
Halloween.
love doing that. That's so much fun. That's why I'm looking forward to going Saturday.
Right on. What was that, Ryan? What were you saying?
I was dressed as Freddy Krueger one Halloween. I was sitting on my porch,
Uh-huh.
and I had the whole glove deal and everything, and I was just sitting there like a statue. And I'd wait for the kids to come take the candy out of the glove, and I'd squeeze the glove on, get out of them.
So you said are you going to are you vending at Monster Mania, or which con you're going to this weekend? You said
That's Mad Monster.
Mad Monster.
Mad Monster. They got one this weekend in Concord, which is about 30 minutes from my house, and then they've got one 2 weeks in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking I may or may not make it. It's like March something or other, and I'm going to try to make that because one of my good friends, Beverly Randolph, who she is. I actually got a photo of her back here. She autographed and personal, so she's going to be there along with Tom Matthews and some of the Return of the Living Dead guys. And I haven't met Miguel Nunez yet.
I need to meet him.
High on
The
my
podcast
list
is pretty much named after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's busting the damn head. He's the one that's high on my list for meeting, insofar as that goes. But this weekend, I'm kind of all for Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Oh, the
Creed 3.
Yeah, same guy. Yeah,
Kang from the Marvel movies.
Yeah, Kang. He's Kang in Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he's doing cons. That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
are you planning on coming up north for any cons?
I'm sorry?
Are you planning on coming up north for any cons?
I thought about that this year because I bought a new truck. So I'm like, okay, I've got reliable transportation. I'll probably come to Cherry Hill. I actually was supposed to go, I think it was August or October of last year, to go to, what is that one? It's right there in Philadelphia. I can't remember the name of it, but it's right there in Philadelphia, and it's
Monster Mania?
convention. Huh?
Monster Mania?
Not Monster Mania. It wasn't a convention. It was more like a meet and greet, and it was for the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman, Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner.
I don't know. Yeah.
And I was going to go up there, but somehow or another, my bank account got screwed up with an order or something. It's like somebody wanted a refund for something and backdated my account, and I couldn't fucking make it, or whatever it was. I don't remember what it was exactly, but I couldn't make it, so I did that. But somebody had said something about coming to the Monster Mania in Cherry Hill. That's in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Living Dead Weekend?
I'm sorry?
Living Dead Weekend in Monroeville.
No.
Living Dead Weekend, Monroeville. When is that?
I'm not sure. I'll message you the dates, but it might be the last one. Yeah. And they do the con in the mall that Dawn of the Dead was shot at.
Oh, okay. You're talking about that would be the Day of the Dead.
Yeah, Dawn of the
Dead. Yeah.
Living Dead Weekend. Okay. And they have the Living Dead Museum there, which is awesome. And you can get a tour of the mall from somebody that knows that movie like nobody else knows that movie. And it's just really cool. But Walmart bought the mall, so this might be the last year for that. So I would recommend trying to get up for that. We're going to go to that. We're going to Brian Emmenizer says the one you're talking about in Philly might be Wizard World.
Okay.
Talking about Wizard World. But so we're going up to Motor City Nightmares in Detroit. That's a good one that we're going to be checking.
That's in Detroit, right?
In Cleveland, we got it coming up in September. We got this cool ass Wes Craven tribute convention that has like 10 people that were in Nightmare on Elm Street movies, It has
Gotcha.
people under the stairs. It has people from other things Wes worked on, and
Right.
it's just going to be really fun. That's called Erie Culture Fest.
I kind of want to do the vendorship.
Yeah, you can vet there.
That's
I
the
got
thing.
in, man. I could, I know the guy running it. I could get
Somebody asked me to bring my stuff to Transworld this year, and I'm like, I can't do that. I don't have a haunt or anything to promote. I don't own a haunt. I don't promote anything, but a lot of stuff I do could be put in one. But
right. The people that work at haunts,
I don't feel like it's
buddy.
worthy on that same level like Alan Hops and those guys.
No, your stuff's really fucking good, man. They would definitely want to buy stuff from you. But yeah, I mean, if you're interested, I'll shoot you a message later, like when we wrap this up, about when the Erie Culture Fest is, because they still have some open tables for the show that's going to have all the Nightmare on Elm Street people, and I bet you can make a fortune there selling your stuff. But,
I'd be surprised if I sold anything just enough to cover the cost of the tables.
No, man,
things are like $400 for a weekend.
Yeah, I could probably get you a better deal than that, because I know the guy runs. But I'll talk to you about that off the air. But me and Ryan, we got a table there last time, and we just sold a couple masks and little trinkets and stuff, and we made we made way more than our table back. We didn't have to drive from North Carolina either, right? So we had that going for us. We had to drive home 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Well, yeah, but you guys got a podcast. I mean, you got like a broad audience. I'm having to restart my Facebook account over because some bullshit where they canceled my 2006 account.
Okay.
And they're like 5,000 followers.
Right. I was friends with you on there, and then all of a sudden I wasn't anymore, and I didn't know what happened.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. I was like, damn, did I say something to offend James? Is that why he's gone?
Now I got to restart all over again. I mean, I'm the same person. I do the same shit, but it's just a new audience now.
Yeah. It takes time to build it up for sure. We're at almost 1,000 followers right now on Facebook, and we got some more on some other platforms. But we're doing pretty good for a new podcast, I would say.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the thing. It's like, a lot of people would be like, how do I know this is really you? And I'm like, well, ask me a question.
Yeah.
What stupid shit have I said in all my life? Got mad, punched a mask, or cussed somebody out, or done whatever it is that you remember.
Yeah, Brian, my daughter did do pretty good. Yeah, she was up there selling my stuff at the con. Brian made a comment there. But definitely. But look, man, we usually go about an hour, and we've been going about an hour, James. So I'm going to get you out of here so we can close this up, man. But I want to thank you so much once again for that gift you gave my son. He fucking loves it with all his friends. And so he came on here, was talking about it like last week or the week before, and he really, really dug that. And I really appreciate you doing that for him. And I'm going to get with you about buying some stuff from you for sure. I got to finish paying my artist that made, if you could see those paintings on the wall back there. I got to order in from him. After I'm done paying him off, I'm going to work out something with you and get some more stuff from you. But thanks for coming on tonight, man. It was really fun talking to you.
Not a problem. And, anytime you want me to come back on, if anybody got questions about how to do stuff or how to get started or whatever,
Maybe sometime we can get you on while you're painting something. We could just have you in the background doing a demonstration.
I can do that right now.
We can't do it now because we got to go now.
All I got to do is just take this thing and just take some gray spray paint. All right, voila, done. That's all I got to do to this, really. It's spray paint it gray, and that's it.
All right, but
take 5 minutes, but
so everybody go to YouTube, follow Karolina Kiwi Creations on YouTube. Follow James Shaver on Facebook and Instagram and wherever the hell else he is. I know he's.
I've got my Etsy shop is Karolina Kiwi Creations. I've got my Instagram, but it's not the original Instagram. That one got stolen. But it's like North Carolina, James, North Carolina 2025.
Right on, yeah. We'll follow you on all the. I already follow you on all the things, but
post it.
What are you saying, Ryan?
We'll post his links on the page too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sure.
There you go. That'll work.
But again, thanks for coming on tonight. We're gonna get you out of here so we can wrap this show up because Ryan's got a movie to get to. He's gonna go see The Monkey tonight, And but thanks for coming on, James, man. And
Yep.
I'll shoot you a message later, man. All right.
Not a problem.
All right. Thanks.
Always welcome.
Bye.
Appreciate
All right. All right. That was pretty freaking cool, man. That was interesting, man. His
Once I got this guy to stop trying to steal the spotlight.
Oh man, his office is pretty crazy. You know, like it reminded me of Dave Meltzer. If you're into wrestling, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like just stuff everywhere, but yet he knows where everything is.
Like the opposite of Cornette, which his stuff is so organized.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was cool with him showing us the stuff with the camera. It seemed like every time he moved the camera, it froze.
You got to put his name here, and I'll move that over there. we got. It's who's the third man.
He's just been running it all night, man.
He's on one tonight, dude.
he never hangs out this much. We
No.
usually get a quick run in sometimes, but he's like just sitting there, like right on the camera. Like, look at that.
He's on his own volition. I'm not holding him. I actually tried to get rid of him a couple times.
Yeah, mine will do that too sometimes. He'll just chill back here or something.
Joe Boater. Yeah.
So, have you seen anything else in the last week since we talked?
Saw Hard Eyes on Valentine's.
Oh, you did. That's right. What'd you think?
It was different than I thought it was going to be. It was a lot more of a comedy and romance thing than I expected it to be, and a little less horror slasher than I thought it was going to be. It doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. It was just not what I expected.
I liked it. I did too. I was kind of in the middle. You know, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Ricky loved it. But I think Ricky loved it because of the gore. You know, he didn't give a damn about this romance with this girl. If anything, he hated that part. He didn't, he ignored that.
I liked it. My girlfriend loved it, of course.
Yeah. And then my wife didn't like it. She hated it. Which you would think that it'd be like something a girl would like, you know?
You gave it a straight C?
Yeah.
Because you pre-graded it last week?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, am I going to like this more or less than Rick? Am I going to like this more or less? And
I'd say you're probably right about the same if I had to guess.
I've only given one straight C ever on this show. And because that's kind of like my bar, you know?
Yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. But I'd watch it again. That's where I'm at.
And that was Evil Dead Rises.
Yeah.
That I gave the C to. So I go back, I'm like, did I like this movie more than that or less than that? See, I only have one A+ and one F- and everything else. I think I'm only going to have one straight C because that's the middle.
Yeah.
I liked Evil Dead Rises more than Hard Eyes. So Hard Eyes is a very high C-.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's not a bad movie.
I recommend
it out.
I recommend.
Is it anything to write home about? No.
Well,
were there good kills? Yeah, there were some good kills.
Thing of it is this too. I saw it with my girlfriend on Valentine's Day.
Right, and it's perfect for that. Yes. Perfect date movie.
Like, obviously, the movie's nowhere near as good as 1978 Halloween. But if both of those two movies were showing on Valentine's Day night, and I had my girlfriend with me on a date, I'm going to see Hard Eyes.
Yeah, because we've seen Halloween in the theater.
Right. Now, if next year both of those are fine, I'm going to fucking Halloween. But for the first time, Hard Eyes, it was perfect for that.
I dug it. I don't. Some people really loved it. I don't see how that was, but I have really, really high expectations for the monkey, man, and I'm just hoping I'm not disappointed. You'll find out in a couple hours.
I will.
I won't find out until Saturday night.
If you see when you wake up tomorrow that I went live tonight, don't watch it.
Well, you're not going to give spoilers. You'll just be able to tell me if I liked it or not.
I'm going to spoil the whole fucking thing for everyone.
Oh, okay. Right.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Right on. Yeah. No,
when do I do that?
No. Yeah, because and you're much better at that than me anyway. I accidentally fuck up sometimes and say stuff, so you'll be able to tell me if I'm going to like it or not. That's for sure.
I think the last time Nosferatu moved me so much. Didn't I do a live from my car before I even left? I think so.
You did that with one movie. It had to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to talk about it like right away.
Yeah, it was that was so good. That's
Yeah,
speaking of Nosferatu. If you haven't seen it, it's on Peacock starting tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm gonna watch it again.
And if you're a horror fan, there's no reason for you not to have seen it yet.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So many people, there's a lot of people that feel the way we do about it, but there's a lot of people that hate it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. There's nobody gave that a C.
No.
Nobody's in the middle with that. Everybody's all over the place, either really, really good or really bad. I can't see how you would think it's bad.
Anybody that
I've heard people say it
on that movie has an axe to grind.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If you're a fan of Dracula, you cannot hate that movie. There's no way.
If you're a fan of filmmaking, you can't hate that movie.
Right? I mean, the cinematography is just, it's beautiful. It's
great.
One of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen.
The great period piece, man. The costume design, the fucking
detail into everything.
The dialogue
was great.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to nitpick about the look of Nosferatu, I mean, okay, that's about all you could do.
Doesn't bother me.
And it was very well done. I mean, even if you don't like the way he looks, you have to appreciate all the detail that went into the costume, all the time that Skarsgård spent getting into that costume. I mean, especially after having a guy like James Shaver on, and seeing all the stuff he does, like all the stuff that goes into stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the monkey, though. The follow-up to Longlegs, Osgood Perkins, our director of the year, 2024.
Is the movie theater you're going to see it at AMC movie theater by any chance?
So I think it's a Regal.
Okay. I was going to say, if it's an AMC and they have that fucking popcorn bucket, grab it for me.
Well, I have a choice of where I can go. I have 5 theaters within like 5 miles of me.
Yeah, well, if you have an AMC and you got enough cash to swing that, do that. And if you don't, that's cool too. But
I'll figure it out.
If they even have them,
I think
maybe give them a call first to see if they have them.
Yeah, I think the closest one to me, and they got the biggest screens too, is a Regal.
Right on.
I like the College Theater the best, but that one takes a little longer to go to, and I'm not. I already ate, so I'm not gonna be a patron to their snack bar tonight. So I don't care about saving on that. So.
Have you oh God, have you been to Monroeville Mall?
I have not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're going to see that on Sunday. We're going to go up to Monroeville Mall. So if any of you are in the Pittsburgh area and want to stop by and see us there, we're going to go check out the JP Cross and Ryan and Tiki. I think Tiki's been there before, but the two of you haven't. And we want to go see the mall one more time before Walmart decides we don't need it anymore and tears it down.
Top 3 things I'm excited about for that day. Number 3, hanging out with 3 of my buds.
Yeah.
2, seeing that mall because I've never been there. And number 1, Primanti Brothers sandwich.
Right on. Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll get that done.
Even if we decide not to eat there, if there's something else going on,
we can grab one on the way back.
Yes,
they hold up well, man.
I'm still gonna go get one to go to take home.
Yeah. No, they hold up well, man.
Yeah, they do.
So, yeah, we could. Yeah, we don't. If we decide to not eat there for lunch, we'll stop and go there.
It's right by the mall. I looked.
Mm-hmm.
Less than a mile.
Yep.
Best sandwich I've ever had.
Although even though it's similar to our paninis, it's definitely better.
Different. So they bake their own bread for one.
That's a plus always.
Yeah, it was still warm. The bread was still fucking warm when they served me mine. Although the only one I've eaten at is the flagship location in downtown Pittsburgh. I haven't eaten at one of the chain ones yet. So, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Right on.
That flagship one, the OG one in Pittsburgh, though, oh my God. So good.
Fuck yeah.
Ate there with Sean Stiffel last summer.
Right on. So we're going to wrap this up. Next week, we are going to do a brief review of The Monkey. Mm-hmm. Nothing too in-depth. We're just going to talk about it real quick. We are going to also talk about seeing Hellraiser, because I bought a 4K set of Hellraiser. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should be here in the next couple of days. So we'll watch and review Hellraiser 2,
Mhm.
and we'll talk about that next week. So next week we're going to start our Hellraiser series. We'll talk about the monkey a little bit, and we'll talk about this trip to Monroeville. So
Yeah.
we'll have a jam-packed show, even if nobody stops on to talk with us.
Yeah.
We will have a very packed show, and it should be exciting. It won't be preempted by Adam Marcus taking half of our audience earlier. I think their intention was to get out by 7 because I was watching that they were still on my TV while we were going, and he finally did get out of there at about 7:20. So
They give him an open microphone. He'll be still talking when we get to Monroeville.
yeah, that's the thing. And that's what I said. Somebody was talking about that in the live, and I was like, directors are just like that. I said, anytime I've had one on the show, no matter who they were, it wasn't hard to get content out of them. They just keep going.
I want to see him and Vincent DeSanti interview each other, but I don't have 8 days to spare.
That'd be fantastic. Right on. Yeah.
I love talking to Vince, though.
Oh, yeah, totally. And when we had him on, the guys from Death Curse Society, they were like, yeah, like that guy can talk, man. It was so hard to get questions.
Hey,
but it didn't matter because he answered all our questions anyway.
did.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite interviews, especially the timing of it.
It's like I think he even knew where we were going to go on a lot of this. And other than one, I kind of hit him with one out of left field towards the end. But other than that, I feel like he knew where we were going,
right?
Because he's a fan too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he's done podcasts, but not a lot, not as many as you'd think.
Yeah,
and that was perfect because we got him.
We got him the day before the movie came out. Didn't we?
Yeah,
yeah, because the movie debuted on Friday the 13th. We got him on the 12th.
Yeah,
we got him the day before the film came out.
Oh, perfect. We were the last thing the last thing he did.
We were the last press he did.
Yeah, that was perfect.
That was really cool. All right, so
I'm gonna shower. So whoever I end up sitting next to at the movies isn't offended, so I need to shower real quick. And I'm gonna get my ass to go see the monkey because I can't wait.
Right on. All right, sounds good, man. So we're gonna get out of here, and I will see you on Sunday, and I will talk to you before then, I'm sure. And the rest
tomorrow I got a couple things tomorrow for you.
All right, cool, man. All right, guys. So we'll see you next Thursday at 7:00 Eastern. And
everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to James for being on tonight, and we'll see you guys soon. And maybe from my car tonight. Who knows? And there goes the neighborhood.
Right on.